How many people heard about that? Year and a half ago, same thing, love bug, same thing, flattery. मैं तेरे नाल प्यार करदा, मैं तेरे नाल प्यार करदा. College दे विच, the kudi got caught into the trap. And I remember not last Mother's Day, the one before. The mother brought her over, the kudi, to me, and she said, "Uncle, no matter what you say, I'm gonna marry that guy." I said, "No problem, beta. I ain't gonna lose any sleep over it. But I'll tell you what, let you and me start talking." And we started talking. Once a week, she would come to me to Birmingham. Holy, within 3 months. Did not mean the counseling there, which, or Banchi Kandi, "Uncle, I see what I'm doing wrong. I see it 100%. Mecca, what you gonna do? Because I'm gonna break it off. I'm gonna tell him no more." Jiddanu kya na, no more. Us Pakistani munde nu, o munda menta talle kadne lag paya. I was gonna do a camp in Canada. So I said to the bachi, "You want to come with me?" She said, "Yeah." So we booked a ticket. Her friends that she thought were best friends, those Pakistani munde de cousins sigiyan. Jadon ਉਹਨਾਂ share ਕਰਦੀ ਸੀ, "I'm going to Canada," ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨੂੰ. ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨੇ ਮਿੰਟ ਤਾਲੇ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਪਾ 5 ਮਿੰਟ ਲਈ, 5 minutes. She agreed. In a park in Luton, he raped that girl 3 times in half an hour. Kenchi leke hai na, Kenchi leke on the inside of her thigh, he cut his name into her leg. Cut it. Je tu mere jogi nahi ho sakdi, you be for nobody. Because anytime you get married and when your husband sees what's on your leg, he's going to divorce you straight away. We're still working with that girl. And the case happened at the Old Baileys. We had to do, the police wasn't listening to us. The police put the shutters down and said, "We don't want to talk to you." We said, "We got a girl who's been raped and you don't want to listen to us?" They says, "No." When the girl complained, they didn't even take her clothing for swabbing or anything like that. When we went to Luton, we said, "No, it's not going to happen. We're going to get justice. We're taxpayers." 500 local Sangat marched to the police. The police says, "No, you carry on standing outside the police station. We don't mind." They minded when there was a road, a dual carriageway going in and out of Luton. Half the Sangat on one side, half the Sangat on one. Luton was at a standstill. No cars going in and no cars going out. And then the police says, "Listen, hey, we want to talk." That's because 6 Sangat took a stand together, unitedly. That's what power does when you stand together. ਇੱਕ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੱਲ ਤੋਂ 11 ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦੇ। ਪਰ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੌਮ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਇੰਨੀ ਡਰਪੋਕ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਆ। Why we've lost that will, the power, the strength. 300 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਿੰਦੂਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਲੜਕੀਆਂ ਛੁਡਾ ਕੇ ਲਿਆਉਂਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ। 300 years ago. That's our history. And today we can't even stand up for our own sister and daughter. Shame on the community, I say. The same police that didn't want to talk to us, the same police that didn't take a swabbing or didn't take a report, charged that guy on 4 counts of rape. And the case happened at the Old Bailey. This 6 santan de sahjog de naal kam hoya. So when you stand and make a noise, you'll be heard. But if you don't make a stand, nobody's going to listen to you. Anybody see the BBC One documentaries? Yeah? Now this girl, 13, just outside Leicester. She's coming out of school. And there's people in a car, as Indy showed you. They're talking to her. And she's standing at the bus stop, and they say something and she smiles. That's it. अपनी एक पंजाबी कहावत होंदी सी, फिल्मां विच भी यूज कर दिंदे, कुड़ी हसी ते फसी. Once they smile, they know they're in. Terrible stuff to this 13-year-old girl. Terrible. They used her, they drugged her, they raped her, and you know what? She said she would wake up days, she would wake up and there'd be dirty, smelling old people raping her. And this is a girl at 13, Sikhadi Kudi. And it destroyed her. It's not only destroyed her, it's destroyed the whole family, because her mother and father are divorced as well. Because the father couldn't understand. Oh, Manu blame karda si, everybody just went loopy. And we're talking to the girl, and we're talking to the mother. The father doesn't want to know. You smile, you trapped. अपने पुराने रहत दे विच लिखिया हुंदा सी कि हसन दे वाले. But you know what? We don't read upon Prathan Rath because we're modern Sikhs, modern Sikhi साडी modern बन गए हैं, ज़्यादा modern हो गए हैं, अपना नुकसान करके बह गए हैं. ओही कौम 11% सिख कौम सी जदों पंजाब काबल कंधार तक दिल्ली तो इलाके असीं कंट्रोल करते सी. 11%, 11% of the public, Sikh public, controlled the Muslims and Hindus at that time. 11%, because you know what? Every Sikh was a Sikh. Every Sikh was a living legend. Today we're 25 million, but as if डरपोक कौम हो गए. That's how they're doing it. If you smile, they say something nice to you. You smile, you respond. Soon as you respond, they've got you. We've had cases where girls have been caught on swings. Just imagine you send your daughter or niece or granddaughter कि जाके park में खेलिया. You think she's going to be safe there? Not the statistics that we're coming with. Your children won't be allowed to play in the parks. They'll be targets. That 15-year-old girl, that's her statement. At 15, I'd be wrong in a class and they'd take her to flats and raped by 5 men. She'd be sitting in the maths class, she'd be listening to the telephone that they've given her, and they will say, as soon as that class is finished, Bara, we want our fun. We spoke about Diwali, Bandi Shor Divas. And a case ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਦਿੰਦੇ, ਇਹ ਵੀ ਉਹ BBC ਦੇ ਫਿਲਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀਗੀ. Such a lovely young lady. And her case started with Sakhi Nagar Kirtan. Nagar Kirtan de ਵਿੱਚ, she's with her friend Celia, and they're walking through a Nagar Kirtan. They get approached by 5 people. And these 5 people have got kade on, sone de khande paye hoye a, patke banne hoye a, with a khanda sign, 84 t-shirts, and the girl thinks they're Sikhs. Straight away. They're in another kirtan, they've got all the kit and caboodle, they're Sikhs. Wrong. But because we're so modern now, apne telephone exchange kite, we'll meet you, we'll go for a dinner, we'll go for the pictures. And what happened to her when she did some dating with him? In 4 weeks, In 4 weeks. ਕੁੜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਮੈਂ guilty feel ਕਰਦੀ ਸੀ uncle. I felt so guilty that I'm lying to my parents. I'm going to see somebody. She saw sense. She went to the guy. She says, I'm not going to see you anymore. He says, you what? She says, I'm not going to see you no more. Okay, no, but you don't decide who you see or who you don't see. I decide. She says, what do you mean? Pulled out a camera and said, look at this picture. Is that you? On a mobile phone, iPhone, whatever phone, and they got pictures of her she doesn't even know existed because she was drugged. On the first meeting they went at McDonald's, they put it in a Coke. She had to sleep with so many people. You know why? They says, if you sleep, then we will give you the pictures back. ਉਹ ਬੱਚੀ ਇੰਨੀ ਭੋਲੀ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ 1-2 ਵਾਰੀ ਕਰ ਦੂੰਗੀ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੀਆਂ ਪਿਕਚਰਾਂ ਮਿਲ ਜੂਗੀਆਂ, I'll be safe. Wrong. She was dragged into it, dragged into it, dragged into it. She became an alcoholic. She became a druggie. ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਧੁੰਦਲੀਆਂ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੇਖਦੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ, 4-4, 5-5 ਬੰਦੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਭੋਗ ਕਰਦੇ। ਇਹ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਬੱਚੀਆਂ ਆ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਮੈਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹਾਂ। ਮੈਂ ਗੋਰੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, ਮੈਂ ਕਾਲੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ। ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਸਾਡੇ ਵੀ ਐਟੀਟਿਊਡ ਘਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੋਰਿਆਂ ਕਾਲਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਫਰਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹਿ ਗਿਆ ਸਾਡਾ। We becoming too liberal. We traveled all the way to America. This young lady was suffering at school. Her weight dropped. Her whole body changed. And her friend was so worried. But she wouldn't even tell her friend. And her friend gave my number to her. She says, you know what? If you don't want to talk to us, there's a guy that you can talk to. And he's cool, he's easygoing. And she still suffered 2-3 weeks after that. And she phoned me at 1 o'clock at night. And she's crying. फिर ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੂਜੇ ਦਿਨ ਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੰਡਨ ਚਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ. And we sort out the problem. We bring her back to Birmingham. But ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਰਮਿੰਘਮ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲਿਆਉਂਦੇ ਨਾ, that gang who was raping her phoned the gang in Birmingham because they networked. ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਬਰਮਿੰਘਮ ਸਕੂਲੇ ਲਾਤੀ, ਉੱਥੇ ਸਕੂਲੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਗਏ। ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਾ, we took her to another town, ਉਹ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਗਏ। I made a decision that whenever we take it in the UK, these gangs are related. I've got to do something extreme. I had to take her to California, America. So Sikh Awareness Society is not just about giving you talks. Sikh Awareness Society is about real action. We are what we say on the label. We will help you. ਉਸ ਕੁੜੀ ਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਗੰਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਕੈਲੀਫੋਰਨੀਆ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਆ। ਪਿਛਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ। ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ BBC ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਫਿਲਮ ਬਣਾ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਬੱਚੀ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ, Uncle, I want to be the first one to tell my story because it can help some other young sister. She's so brave. After a year working with her, ਇਸ ਬੱਚੀ ਨੇ ਹੁਣ 6-7 ਵੀਕਾਂ ਪਹਿਲੋਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਪਾਨ ਕੀਤਾ। She's taken Amrit. She wears a kiss. She's a model student. But if we weren't there around to help her, she'd had a life of hell. ਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਆ, ਇਹ ਵੀ BBC 1 ਫਿਲਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ 12 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਬੱਚੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੋਇਆ। ये लंडन रहिंदे सी, लंडन तो इत्थे मिडलैंड दे आ गए, उत्थे टाइम पिछे पिछे पहुंच गए, एक बारी फस गए, once hooked, very hard to get out. They followed her, and when she was 15, they took 16, they took her away, because legally she could leave the home. And I cut this story short because this family now, since their daughter going away, have looked after 4 कुड़ियां for us. इस परिवार की एडी वड्डी सेवा, अपनी धी गवाच गई आ, पर 4 बच्चियां इन्होंने साडे लई सांभियां. And you know what? About 5 weeks ago, that bachchi, we found her, we know where she is in London, we're talking to her. She can't even face to look at herself in the mirror. She tried to commit suicide 5 weeks ago, overdose drug. Them are the kind of cases that we're dealing with day in, day out. That's a groomer. ਅਸੀਂ ਜੇਲ੍ਹ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਵੀ ਫਿਲਮਿੰਗ ਕੀਤੀ BBC ਦੇ ਨਾਲ, so that ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਖੁੱਲ ਜਾਵੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਸੜਕਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ, ਆਪਣੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ. ਆ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨੀ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਇਹ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਗੋਰੇ ਨੂੰ, ਕ੍ਰਿਸ ਨੂੰ, ਕਿ how easy it was for him to do it to Sikh girls. Because you know what, in their eyes, you know what, Sikh girls like a good drink, and the word is Sikh girls are slags. That's what they look at you. My guru give you a title of princess. Kidda vadda title mere guru ne tanu ditta, princess ko, but o tanu title de raha slags, and we still go there. Something's wrong. It happened to this girl. Open your eyes and look, because that could be your sister, could be your daughter, could be your grand. It happened to her. She got drugged on a first night out, and they didn't even have a hotel, they did it in a car with her. It happened to her. This man done it. It happened to her. If you're in this kind of state, because you can't fight them off, you're drugged, your body's not working. You know what they say? You can see what's happening. Disda hai gaya, par tada sharir nahi kaam karda. You can't push them off. And it only takes a second to put it in your drink. Even if you are at the cinema and you tell your friends to go and get a drink for you, you're risking your lives. You want a drink, you go and get it yourself. Safety first. 1 second da pullya, narka vich jeevan guzarna paina. Nark, hell. Life becomes hell. And in a state like that, what do you think they're going to do to her? They can do anything they want. Anything. It happened to her, happened to her. And you can see her eyes are open. I'm going to end it here. You know, we at the SAS, we give one-to-one support. We'll listen to you and not blame you. Hum nahi change, bura nahi koi, pranvat nanak, tare soy. That's my guru. I will only go according to what my guru tells me. Nothing outside my guru. We will support you with police interviews, which we have done across the country. We will give confidential support. Anything you say to us will not be said outside. No names, no addresses, nothing will be given outside. We'll give you practical support for lowering the risk. That means introducing classes, special sort of classes, not your uda era edi saha kaka kaka ehi kari jai asi 3-4 saal itthe. And this is another problem. Asi Gurdwara vich asi bani ta rat ਲਈ ਆ bani ta ਅਸੀਂ ਪੱਕੀ ਕਰ ਲਈ ਆ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਜ਼ਬਾਨੀ ਪਰ ਉਸ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਤੇ ਤੁਰਨ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ making bani practical in our lives. We give an opportunity for you to tell your story, share your experience, and become more involved in this project. This project is not for Mohan Singh alone. This project is not for Sikh Awareness Society alone. No. This project, Appa Ek Parwar hai. The only reason I'm here in Scotland today is not because I travelled with two guys that I like to spend my time with. No. The only reason I'm here today is because I get my Guru's Bani ringing in my ears all the time. The oh shabd mainu saun nahi dinda. And I'm going to recite that shabd. I'm going to come to this, before I do that, I'm going to come to this and I'll go to the Shabad afterwards. Isse Gurdware vich je koi mera prabandhak kabir ithe a ja koi committee member ithe a kake galla sun leniya o bakri gall a. Action speaks louder than words. I'm not here to give you a talk and say oh that was fantastic and blah blah blah. I don't mind if you say whatever you like. But this Gurdwara or this community should set up parental awareness committees. This is ordinary parents coming together. Jinna nu koi kursiyan da dard nahi ga. But ordinary parents coming together because you might have young kids now 2 and 3 and 4 that are going to be adults and teenagers in the next 10 years. And if you don't do anything about it now, you're going to be in trouble crying afterwards. So you need to form parental awareness committees. You need to form these young adult committees. And every Gurdwara said, "Sade kol ji naujwanan di committee hegi a." Naujwanan di committee hogi to hai kinni power ditti ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਕੁ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਿੰਤਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਲਾਸਾਂ ਲੈਣੀਆਂ ਪੈਂਦੀਆਂ ਮਿੰਤਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੈਂਪ ਲਾਉਣੇ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਆ Youth committees are all over, but who listens to them? That youth committee should have power to make decisions in that Gurdwara. Resource development committees. Mentoring program. If you have a young sister in this town who's got a problem, this is how we work in the south. We will pair her with another sister who's got a head screwed on. If a girl of 13 or 14 is struggling, we'll give her a big sister who's 16 and 17 that can be her best friend. Mentoring programs. So you have the big brother, big sister projects. Networking. That means you and me, everybody across the length and breadth of the UK. Everybody talking to each another. So we know what's happening in each town. Gathering intelligence, outreach program. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਗਲਾਸਗੋ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਪਰ 10,000 ਵੀ ਲਾ ਲਓ ਜੇ ਐਸੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਤੋਂ 10 ਹੈ ਨਾ ਪੁਰਾਣੀ ਕਹਿ ਦੇਣ ਕਿ I take this baton up ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੋ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਓ 5 ਗਰੁੱਪ ਬਣਾ ਲਓ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹੋ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ 2 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਹੁੰਚਣਾ ਗਲਾਸਗੋ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ You could do that. It's called outreach. And it's nothing new. Guru Nanak done it. Guru Nanak Dev Ji kalla Sultanpur ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 5 ਉਦਾਸੀਆਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਸੱਚ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਕਰਨ ਬਾਹਰ ਗਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੇਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ ਆਵੇ ਸੁਲਤਾਨਪੁਰ They went out. If you have the knowledge, you go out to the people who are not here today. Outreach. Your Gurmat camps. Again, I'm sorry to say, some of the Gurmat camps are ambi-pambi style camps. We need real social skills. We need to teach them what's happening on our streets, how to defend ourselves. Give them the Gurmat, but also give them the tools of what's happening. Don't get hooked, guys. what you can do for me is you can get your friends and family to like our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group. Why? Because every day on that Facebook we're updating जिन्ने केस हो रहे हैं, सो सारे नूं पता लगता रहे कि की हो रहा है, तानू इत्थे बैठिया नूं पता लग जाए की हो रहा है. It doesn't take a Mohan Singh to come here, it doesn't take Sikh Awareness Society to tell you what's happening. Daily तानू उतो पता लगी जाना Facebook तो. आप Facebook ते जाओ उस दिन, होरां नूं उस दिन Facebook ते ले आओ, so that आपां एक बड़ा परिवार बन के एक दूसरे नाल आपां डेली मैसेजेस शेयर करिए. You can volunteer your time. तुसी अपना अपना टाइम कट के है ना ते volunteer करो. सेवा. A lot of you doing seva already. But hey, do this seva where you can become real heroes. We talk about Superman, we talk about Batman, we talk about the Fantastic Four, we talk about all these people. But you know what? You are real heroes. How many people in their lives can say that we made an impact in that person's life? We need your support. We also have standing orders. We need your support. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਟੈਂਡਿੰਗ ਆਰਡਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਇਓ. ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਆ, ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣਿਓ, ਕਿ ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀਆਂ ਧੀਆਂ ਆ, ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਹੈ, then fill this in. ਜੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀਆਂ ਧੀਆਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਈਆਂ, then leave this paper alone. But I'll tell you one thing, ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ, ਇੱਕੋ ਅਟਲ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ, there is one truth and one truth only. ਜੋ ਉਪਜਿਓ ਸੋ ਕਾਲ ਸੰਗਰਿਆ. Meaning, whatever is born must die. Sabna marna aaya bishoda sabna. सारे नू मरना पैना, कोई 5 साल जी लू, कोई 10 साल जी लू, कोई 20 साल जी लू, कोई 30 साल और जी लू, पर मरना हैगा. ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਮਰ ਕੇ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ, ਕਲਗੀਧਰ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਦੱਸਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਪੰਥ ਦੀਆਂ ਬੱਚੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੋੜ ਸੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੂੰਹ ਮੋੜ ਦਿੱਤਾ. Are you going to say that statement? Because you don't support a project, they're not your daughters, they're not your sisters. The decision is yours. The decision is yours. So whatever you do, please support it. We want to put 3 or 4 people on this full time. We're all voluntary at the moment. I do my counseling voluntary. And you know how many hours I'm doing? About 40 hours of counseling every week. So your pound, your £2 will help save some daughter that you might not even know. किड्डी वड्डी सेवा. इत्थे आपां 2 पौंड चढ़ाउने आ ते अरदासां लिखाउने आ, फलाना सौ ने 5 पौंड दिते, फलाना सौ ने 11 पौंड दिते. Just imagine you putting £2 and you don't even know how many lives you're affecting. So do that. You've already done that. Organize an SAS seminar in your local area. ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਲਾਗੇ ਛਾਗਿਆ, Edinburgh, Dundee, Aberdeen, I don't know ਕਿੰਨੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ. ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਛੱਡ ਦੇਵਾਂਗੇ if I have to come and meet the ਸੰਗਤ day or night. ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਇਹ ਚੱਕੀ ਹੋਈ ਆ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਚਿਕਰ ਇਸ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਹ ਆ, ਇਹ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੇ ਲੇਖੇ ਲੱਗੇ. Not for Mohan Singh's personal gain, ਇਹ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੇ ਲੇਖੇ ਲੱਗੇ. ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪੂਰੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ. If you haven't seen this, go to the Sikh Awareness Society, watch this film. A Gora Times da journalist here, fantastic. You'll get everything. It's me talking at Bradford, the whole kit and caboodle's on that one. Edi 12 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਬੱਚੀ ਇਹਦੀ ਭੈਣ ਦੀ ਗਈ ਸੀ. ਸੋ ਇਹ 3-4 ਫਿਲਮਾਂ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਲੱਗੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ. BBC ਦੀ ਫਿਲਮ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਲਾਈ ਸੀ, ਆਪ ਦੇਖੋ, ਹੋਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਖਾ ਲਓ, ਬਾਹਰਲੇ ਮੁਲਕਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਈਮੇਲ ਕਰੋ ਕਿ ਆ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੋਇਆ ਦੇਖੋ. I'm going to come to the Shabad, but before I come to the Shabad, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਆ ਗਿਆ